Few people joining in on this Memorial Day weekend. What's up, big dogs? I think I've kind of, you know what I'm gonna start doing? I thought about it a little bit, and what I decided that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start teaching apprentices specifically a lot of in-depth things. I think I'm gonna start a subscription. That way, a small amount monthly, so I can go in and do content that wouldn't necessarily do well for the algorithm here, but at the same time is very, very beneficial for apprentices. Maybe some interview things, techniques for good interviews, ways for apprentices to enter the field with knowledge and go through the hiring process and training process and get raises quicker and things like that. What do y'all think about that idea? I noticed that a lot of apprentices join in here. People just want to get in the field but don't have a real leg to stand on when they go try to apply somewhere. What y'all think? Need some feedback. Yeah, I think it's going to be really beneficial. And then what I want to try to do is I want to leverage that maybe with different tool companies and try to get them like a really good deal on tools, possibly stuff that will greatly benefit them. I think a lot of people are making mistakes when it's not really difficult to install your own water heater. It's pretty simple. Maybe take a couple hours depending on if you got anything to pump the water out. But I want to take them through the process because I think, I see a lot of apprentices come in here and they're like, man, I just can't get hired. I don't know what's going on. And I think a lot of it, and they can't relate it back to me, but how do they go about that process, I've talked to some different people trying to bring them on. Low voltage repair. What's the issue, D3? You having shorted fuses? Attic furnace versus closet. Closet furnaces are difficult to work on unless you got a big closet, man. Air handler won't turn on. Does the outdoor unit run? Man, we already got 35 people in YouTube. So for the people over here in YouTube, I'm streaming on multiple platforms. So YouTube don't allow me to put like a green screen that I know of. But I'm learning that process. But we're multiple platforms on here: TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. And I come aboard here just answering questions about anything to do with HVAC, anything to do with business, sales, troubleshooting, apprenticeships, anything. Oaks, I'm a HVAC contractor. I'm 18 years in. I went to business school. I went to HVAC school. I had my own company for 8 years. I'm licensed commercial residential. I have my master mechanical certification. Of course, that counts as EPA Universal as well. Thank you for the follows over here on TikTok. HVAC is heating, venting, air conditioning, and refrigeration. Some people say HVAC-R. That has to do with refrigeration. Bro, you good. I was going to troll you, but you doing the Lord's work, so carry on good, man. Hey, I appreciate it, brother. I'm out here trying to help people. Trying to help people. Where can I find it? You can find ductulators all over the internet, man. Some of them are cheaper, some of them are more expensive, some of them have slide rules. Hey, Geek, you're so good. You're top notch. I watch you all the time. FC, DC. I appreciate that, man. I do a lot of different content, and I'm thinking about engaging with apprentices in particular because I see there's a really big need for that. Hey, Earl, Excellent work, professional engineer here. Thank you, Earl. Man, I really like engaging with engineers. Helps me gain a little bit more experience on that side of it and what y'all deal with as far as the mechanical, electrical, and plumbing side on your engineering. I've actually worked with a few of them doing a couple different designs in Alabama and Mississippi. So I really do appreciate you tuning in. Trade schools and junior colleges are really good return on investments, in my opinion. For me, it was. So, I mean, I don't know what they're charging there. What entry level paying for some? Standard level, entry level, right now, no experience. People are making $15 to $20 an hour across the country. That's a statistic across, that's the lowest 25 percentile. Fiber duct. Jerry, I appreciate your opinions there. Fiber duct is just a standard thing that they do locally. Of course, you know, I can't buy it and sell it, right? You know what I mean? Like, if that's what someone wants, and they literally tell me verbatim, I want the cheapest thing possible. What am I supposed to do, man? This is the standard. Y'all can't see it on YouTube, but I have a backdrop on my TikTok. It's a standard. If y'all, this is what they do here, man. This is what they do. You know, I'd love to do metal. I've even got a metal brake. I'm gonna start doing a lot more metal work. Cheat. Any tips on how to get into HVAC? Get some knowledge, because what people's gonna do when you try to get hired on, they're gonna ask you what you know, and it's kind of like they're trying to check you to see exactly who they're hiring. Do you know what you're talking about? Does the stuff that you say make sense? You know, they're trying to see where you're at with your knowledge. HVAC has so much money in it, it's crazy. What's your favorite way to find new clients? Social media. I'm doing it right now. I find people on social media all the time. I go live 10 to 20 hours a week on top of working 40 or 50. I really like to meet people here because they get a better sense of who I am. If I have a sign on the side of the road, they don't really get a good indication of who I am as a person and what I represent as far as the quality of my work. Something about me and Kevin. I don't know what you're talking about. What area are you operating in? I'm in South Mississippi, and we do Alabama also. HVAC boss tuning in again, brother. Thank you. Thank you. Went to school for it. Hard to find a job. Man, it's crazy. It's like getting peak season. You know. Sure, there's been some questions over here. Man, been an interesting day. You know, right now we're live across YouTube and Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and all that. But you know, just doing my daily grind, man. HVAC boss, what is a good way for apprentices to get involved with the trade? I'm thinking about doing a subscription, and that way I can set up content that may not be best for the algorithm, but very informative as far as instructional based, educational based. Put it real cheap, just so that way it won't hurt my actual channel, but actually give some better benefit to the apprentices. I see there's a lot of apprentices that's trying to get into the trade. If your area isn't keeping up, you probably need to have some maintenance to it. You may have dirty filters. You may have a safety switch that's clogged. You may have dirty coils. There's a lot of things that could be a cause there. Yeah, school doesn't teach the hands-on part for sure, you know, but you got to know it up here to put it right here. So you got to know it inside your head before you can put your hands on it. I'm going to have to consider that, Casino Pro. Fiverr. You know, I don't want people to have to change going through different platforms. You know, I like to connect with people wherever they're at. So, like, I got people on YouTube right now, right here. Hey, Hard Chuck, how are you? You charging any units today? I've worked some, but I'm already I'm back home now. What's up, bro? Just became a union journeyman. Jordan, how much they paying as a union journeyman, and where are you located at? School didn't tell us how to hang the journey pan, and that's right. So that's what I'm saying. Like, that's a perfect example of why I want to do what I'm telling you. Because I want, like, when I show my work, I know a lot of people see my work and they're like, hey, that looks good, that looks great. But I want to walk it through, like, step by step, to show people exactly what to do, why we do it, the reasons and hows, the how-tos of it. Will this career take of my future family? I'm in Iowa, just signed a new contract, and we're at 42.30. Sounds like pretty good money. Internal UV light worth it? In my opinion, I think a MER 13 filter solved most problems. I got fired from an HVAC company. What happened? Yeah, 4 years in. It's kind of crazy because for everyone that don't know, I've been involved with the trade 18 years, and HVAC Boss over here on TikTok has been in 30, 25, 30, something like that. You should only do service if you're getting commission. I don't really think commission is the best way to go. Like, in my opinion, like it's if all right. So if you sell a job, you might if you're getting commission on it, you might sell something that someone don't need, and I don't think that's a good thing. So I'd rather pay someone a good hourly rate to be thorough than to do that. Scrap B. Man, that's not much money though. I mean, I don't think, honestly, Chuck, I don't think you missed out. 13, it's pretty crazy. Learn the real stuff in the attic when it's 120. I think I actually think better when I'm in the attic. When I got some heat on me for a little bit, after I done got hot a little bit, I think I start to actually think a little bit better. If you're getting commission, it'll mean more there. That's an interesting thought. If you're getting commission, are you non-union? There's not a union here, brother. I mean, I can only do so much. How do you size a piston 2-ton 410A straight coil? They have a sizing chart at the distributor that you may not have it on your personal truck or something. The Blue On app may be able to tell you that through the AI program. People that don't know, I'm a Blue On ambassador for their app, and I'm also a House Call Pro ambassador. So if y'all are looking for really nice software, I recommend House Call Pro and Blue On. Both of them are really great, and I use both of them. Macy fuse keeps burning out. What should I do? Well, they're burning out for a few reasons. You got to see why you're causing so much amperage. You may have dirty coils if it's on your condenser. Steven, I'm actually from South Mississippi, but I do work in Alabama as well. I'm really close to the Alabama-Mississippi line. Is HVAC hard, bro, going to school for it? No, it's not that bad. You'll be more thorough, but if you don't find something, you'll want to sell something commission. Right. Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just like, you end up with a lot of people that selling. Let's say you had 100 people at your company, and you're selling commission based. What's going to happen is that, there's going to be so many people there trying to sell, like, even if only like 70% are straight arrow, you got 30% out there that's probably doing harm to your reputation. So that's not a thing I'm willing to take a chance on. Why pick HVAC when electrical is way better? Well, that's an opinion, right? I mean, you say electrical is way better. In what regards is it better? The average pay rate, it just depends. Be right back. How can I send you $100? You can cash out Ivy Air. IVEYAIR. Cash App it, brother. I've been through 4 helpers in 2 months, period. Yeah, we need a good way to vet helpers too. So as employers, we need to find, we don't want to waste money, right? And we certainly don't mind investing it. That's even better, How do you do a job if there's no space for a crane and the roof hatch isn't big enough for the AC? You got to get a bigger crane, man. You got to get a bigger crane. Need thumbnail designer? I don't know. Can you help with that? Union money smart. Bro, not at the job site. No, I'm not at the job site. But I do go live from the job site quite often. You know, for the people that that know me and that follow me, they know that I go live all the time. From the job site, early morning, afternoon, late at night, sometimes 3 or 4 hours at a time. I wouldn't even give you the time of day with that duckboard and flex, 25-year veteran. But that's okay, Bubba. I mean, you know what? I wouldn't put metal in if they didn't pay me for metal. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, the truth is, I'm going to do what they pay me to do. So if this is what they want, I'm going to make my customer happy. You know, it's kind of hard to make every random person on the internet happy. But, I mean, that's what they wanted. That's what they got. And they got it done very well for what it is. You know, you give me the kind of material you want to do, the kind of material you want to use, and that's what I'm going to do. It's just that simple. That is nylon black strap. It's something that you get from the supply house. It's supported every 2 feet. Of course, this side isn't. Y'all can't see it over here on YouTube. But if y'all come to the TikTok side, y'all can see this picture they're actually seeing. Do you own your own HVAC company, and how did you get the start? I do own my own HVAC company. That is correct. I got my start. A guy actually helped me get on at a local company. He was already working there. Metal insulated is sturdier, and as tradesman. It is cheap. That's where the application is. Right. So, I mean, look, guys. I mean, you could arguably do spiral. You know what I'm saying? Double wall spiral. You know, I mean, it's like, I mean, you got to do what your customer wants, man. I mean, everybody's over here in their feelings about duckboard, and that's fine. And some people are upset about flex duct. But, I mean, you got to do what the customer wants you to do. I don't know what's not straight. Subscription for educational videos for apprentices. So, should I contact you? Sure, you can send me a message about it. HVAC enthusiast? Yeah, man, I'm an HVAC company owner. That's what I do. I do a lot of HVAC work. Any suggestions for tape coming off the insulation on rigid duct in a damp crawl space? Well, you got to have a dry surface. I know you know that. But what we've tried to do is use spray glue and then put tape. And depending on what material you're stapling, you know, like if you got insulation like fiberglass wrap, you could staple it too, which you should staple it. A little bit of it all, Jack. I just like associating with HVAC people. I like talking with HVAC people and like helping. I do a lot of live streams, mostly on TikTok, but I am on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and TikTok. Use Wise. Awesome, thank you. Why do you prefer Wise? Why do you prefer Wise? How old are you? I am 36. Hey man, I hope you're having a great day. Thank you, Red Menacing Burt. What's your IG? It's HVAC Tips also. Yes, I have my own business. It's true. I'm in Pancho. I'm in South Mississippi. I use Wise. I try to do what I can, Jack. You know, we make an impact the way we can. And you know, I just like doing it. You know, I suggest everybody doing what they like to do, by the way. I mean, I see a lot of people that's like, they're not happy doing this job and they're asking, should they go to HVAC? If HVAC makes me happy, but if HVAC don't make you happy, I wouldn't suggest it. Like do something that makes you happy for sure, because you're going to be best at what makes you happy. It may be HVAC_tips3. You may have to check it out. But it has the same type of logo that you see, that yellow and teal looking color. Do y'all think it would be beneficial for me to do that subscription based content, where it's not necessarily great for the algorithm, but what it will do is bring a lot more education for apprentices? I want to gear it around apprentices, people that are trying to get into the trade, how to handle interview questions, how to handle and ask for raises correctly, tools and tips, and the best practice to do everything. What do y'all think about that? Doing HVAC in Arizona right now, it's crazy, man. That'd be great. If you could start all over in a different trade, what would it be? I probably wouldn't. I mean, I'm just honest. Like, I try not to second guess it. I try to, I'm so happy and excited to do the things that I do. I just couldn't see myself doing anything different. I did just get a notification on my Instagram. My friend and I recently started a business. I'm mainly a winner, but I'm getting better at electrical and refrigeration. What methods have you used to get new customers? Steven, what I would suggest is every job that you do, post it online. So spend the extra time doing it right and post photos constantly. Facebook is really good for that in the community areas, like different social groups, like whatever your town, talk of the town, swap shop, or whatever. I probably wouldn't be an operator. Those pages are really critical to your success. If you're making a metropolitan area, Facebook Reels are really good. I think if you're in a really wide spread out area, it may be better to use like yard signs, particularly are good for rural areas. I never had to advertise for work, sold itself. So here's my thought process on it. That is true. Work will sell itself. But if you've been in business for 20 years and I've been in business for one, I need to pick up leads quicker than you do. And I need to utilize the digital billboards that's in people's pockets. I need the digital, social media. So that social media really, really is helpful. I can't tell you how many jobs I got off of this right here. People just contacting me through here in my local area that I didn't even know. Tips on how to be prepared for an interview. If you're going to be going for an interview, you need, you want to have some things that's beneficial for you. You want to be able to say, yeah, I got some tools. And you want to be able to talk about HVAC. I don't really care how many years experience you have. When I'm asking you how many years experience you got, what I'm really asking you is, I have an idea what a person with 10 years experience is capable of, and when you tell me 10 years experience, I'm sitting there thinking, okay, I think he's capable of this. Your experience is really irrelevant. It's about what you're capable of. So if you can tell me the things that you know, that gives me a better understanding. So that's the reason why I think being able to speak, communication skills are so good. It's such an important thing. How you handle certain questions. Maybe y'all could ask me maybe y'all could give me a couple questions that y'all think you might be asked. I could tell you how to handle them in particular. You would think it's common sense, but what I found is that common sense isn't very common. Yeah, don't forget to hit the follow. What's up, Daryl? What are your weaknesses? So my weaknesses, I would say, like if an employer asks that, I would say my lack of experience. But because like I'm assuming that I'm an apprentice. I would say my lack of experience is probably my biggest weakness, but some of my strengths is that I show up. I got tools. I'm willing to learn. I'm willing to be there when you need me. If you need me to work late or whatever, um, you know, uh, anything that shows dedication. You know, I don't necessarily need you to know a lot of stuff, honestly, because sometimes a lot of people know so much that they don't want to do it a different way. Like if I tell them to do something, they're say, "Oh, well, I know a better way, and I'm not going to do it that way." And well, it's like, well, man, I mean, if you're not going to do what I need you to do, it's not going to work out. You know, there's always room for improvement. Always room for improvement. What up on your view on condenser fan motor running? I would probably check the capacitor and make sure that the capacitor was running at the right microfarads. From a pipe fitter, we hate HVAC guys. Well, that's too bad, man, because I got a pipe fitter that's on my team right now, and he does amazing work. He's been with me for 10 years, and he loves the trade. So, I don't know why. Like y'all dislike HVAC guys. Yeah, don't be so sensitive. For sure, you're entering in a different kind of workplace, and it's not for everybody. You know what I mean? You're gonna be working in some conditions you may not have worked in before. You're gonna be working in some heat. There's gonna be some different hazards in a way that you may not be accustomed to. Attic spaces. What's up, Gobble? There's, that's not good if you hear that compressor go, this is not a plenum. This is a trunk line. I'm really curious why y'all call that. Like, why y'all call it a plenum? A plenum is the piece that comes right off the top of the unit, the first piece. Yeah. This is not a plenum, guys. It's not a plenum. That's what it is. No, it's not. It's not, man. It's not the same stuff. It's just not. A plenum is the piece that comes right off the unit. This tees off the plenum, and this is a trunk line. That is a branch duct. It's, you have to replace the bore with a bad motor or the bore with a bad compressor. I don't think so. Why would you have to do that? Looks like a plenum to me. Been doing HVAC for 62 years. It's absolutely a plenum. Clearly not. Some guys haven't done commercial. Some of them haven't. I don't understand, how people think that's a plenum. See you later, Selena. Want to hear a joke? You are correct. The first piece is the plenum. The rest of the pieces are considered trunk line. Right. In particular, the pieces that come off of the plenum. Those are trunk lines. I don't think they are, Charles. I really think some people. You just have to be on here enough to know that these guys really believe that. So with inverters, I don't know. I disagree with you. We had a 16 SEER system that was is an older 16 SEER ran through all the boards and everything. The guy didn't have the money to replace the ECM on it. So we put a PSC type motor on there, and we got it to work, even though it used to be variable speed. We wired it with a contactor. Where's everybody from? That's something else. Why don't y'all tell me where y'all from? Tennessee, Utah. Georgia. Alabama, North Carolina, DMV, San Diego, Cali. A lot of Cali guys. I know out in Cali that they don't use duckboard at all. You know, I know a lot of people from California. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. 16-seer two-stage to a 20-seer inverter light bill. You had something else going on with that 16-seer. It shouldn't have dropped that considerable, but maybe you had mixed refrigerants that wasn't operating as good as it could have. I don't use it in Alabama. Which part of Alabama are you in, Ryan? Because I can tell you in Mobile County they do. Where they do use duckboard? Florida, Mississippi, Alabama. I think they use some in Texas. Yeah, Birmingham, you're a little bit more north. Down here on the coast, they do. I wouldn't be surprised if you. I'm pretty sure you've seen it in Birmingham. I would think. I mean, I wouldn't think that they are strictly metal in Birmingham. Have you ever seen it there? I know most do. I just don't. Yeah. All right. Don't use duck Arkansas. Your duck passed away today? Okay. We had to use all duckboard when we put in the heat air for the supercomputer in Oak Ridge. It's pretty interesting. HVAC will take you to so many different places. It's really crazy. Like, HVAC will take you to, like, everywhere's got to be heated and cooled. So, I am from Ocean Springs, Mississippi. Ocean Springs. We use all sheet metal on Louisiana coast. I've been to Louisiana. I know for sure that y'all use some duckboard. Baton Rouge area, for sure. HVAC for life, man. I haven't done any city multis, but I would like to get involved in it. Filter's clean, but the air isn't strong on my upstairs vents. What is your dirty? Do you have a dirty indoor coil? Has it always not been strong? Because you could potentially change the airspeed on it to increase the airspeed. If the do you size to load or square footage? You should size to load. That's the only way to do it. Yeah, don't forget to hit the follow. Code ever since Hurricane Ida is R8 here now. Zero burning. You're talking about Louisiana? I heard it was actually going up even higher than that. I've never seen anything higher than R8. Just started HVAC a year ago. Any tips? Of course. What do you typically do? And I'll give you a tip related around what you do on a typical day. Do you adjust airspeed on the thermostat or the unit itself? On the unit itself. So on the unit itself, you can adjust the speed. Corrective factor, high for the East Coast. I'm in Oregon, and it's installs insurance. Do they have? I heard it was like going to R11 or R10 or something crazy. I ain't never seen nothing like it. Something tells me you have. Why does suction line condense only sometimes? And you might have a variable speed system. But most of the time, most typical systems, their suction line will actually sweat. I don't know why it wouldn't be sweating unless something else was wrong. But if you have an inverter system or a very high efficiency system, that's the case. Are you gonna have more a day in the live videos of your YouTube? Yes. Best way to get an HVAC career, blame it on TXP. Yes, I'm gonna have more day-to-day life in the HVAC field. I'm gonna put them on my YouTube. All my content I push out to different platforms because I find that Some people use Instagram, some people use Facebook, some people use TikTok, some people use YouTube. So I push it out all over the place. As an HVAC tech and installation technician, I hate wrapping ductwork and attics. Yeah, me too, man. That's the reason we went to bubble wrap. Some people says that it's only going to last a few years, and I say, well, even if that's the case, I'd still rather come back and rewrap bubble wrap than I would to rewrap fiberglass. Yeah, that's what we typically do, Chad. I've worked on some geothermal, but I've never had to install it. Yeah. Any tips on getting into the technician side? Yeah, so you want to get your meters and you want to make sure that you got all the tools and stuff to do that. And, you know, go talk to the people that you work for and let them know that it is your intention first thing. That way there may not be the opportunity right now, but when the opportunity arises, you want to be in that position to get it. So, I mean, from day-to-day work, it all depends on what you're doing. I try to cross-train everybody. So, like at my company, I don't have a really big company where someone's just dedicated to installing every day. But I like to cross-train everybody because I have a smaller company, and if someone misses, I want to be able to send someone else over there to service the customer. In New Hampshire, I'm not familiar with New Hampshire. Also, some have unrealistic expectations of trade schools. They train one person, we train 15 to 20 at a time. So that's probably the problem. I'm fixing to change the way that we do education. I'm going to change it. Because the problem is, one, like I was looking online, and this girl, I'm not going to say who it is or whatever. I don't even remember her name, to be honest with you. But they was talking about her in a magazine. She talks about that she helped 150 people graduate. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, 150 people, I interact with thousands of people on a weekly basis. And I'm sitting there thinking, like, why does someone need to go to a school, a brick and mortar building to learn something when video is so much better than a textbook? I can teach you so much more in a video than the textbook can teach you. So I'm just like, why don't we do that? Why isn't that a thing? And I know that there's some training out there that, you can go online and go here and go there, but that ain't where people is. People's right here on TikTok. People's right here on YouTube. That's where they're at. That's where they want to be at. We need to go there as educators to teach them there. Hands-on is better, but you can't always be hands-on. And on top of it, when I'm laying in my bed at night and I'm sitting there thinking, like, man, what about this or what about that? I'm not going to be in a trade school. I'm not at a trade school at 11 o'clock at night when I'm just sitting there thinking about some kind of random air conditioning issue. I want to have an answer right there in my phone. I want to look at my phone and learn about it right there. I'm in high school and I did HVAC class at the ATC for a block. That would help a lot to get in an HVAC job. I 100% agree. Plumbers, I've never even heard of plumbers leading the way. I've heard electricians go back and forth about it, but I never hear like plumbers like, get out of the way, here comes the plumber. They're definitely a needed resource for the construction trades. But either way, I'm not about trying to push one trade in front of the other. I'm here to support all construction trades. People have different levels of knowledge and ability. Trade school teaches how to meet each need. That's right. So, and the thing is, we're learning in different formats. Like, no one wants to go and sit down for 4 hours a day at a trade school and go through a book. And that's what you do. They do stuff out in the shop area, and, and that's good. But people, their attention spans are different. That's something that you got to consider. People, their attention spans are watching something for a few minutes and then they're done with it. So it's like, if they want to learn about something in snippets. They don't want to learn about, how many people even go to the movies anymore? You know what I'm saying? Like, think about it. HVAC easy to get into as someone with no experience? I think it is, man. I think if you got a good attitude, willing to work hard, I think he'd be fine. We still got some friends over here on YouTube land. Become a parts runner. See, that's a good one. Yeah. I think I'm going to take me a little break. And then I'll come back probably in about another 20-30 minutes. I guess staring at both of these screens kind of mess with my eyes a little bit. What's up, Anthony? I thought... Okay. Yeah, World War III. I appreciate you saying that. It don't really make a difference to me, man. You know, uh, the centerpiece on your background, is that all? That is fiber board for sure. And flex, of course. How's it going, Austin? I'll be back on here shortly. I'm gonna just give my eyes a few minutes rest, and then I'll be back on. Hey, I appreciate everyone for hitting the follow button. It means a lot. It helps us build up our content and our followers there. So, but I'll be back on very shortly. Thank y'all.